Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news today, let's take a peek outside our weather window on this Thursday afternoon. And some clouds out there today. Once again, looking down at beautiful Lake Chelan, and the clouds did roll in about mid-morning, and we were mostly cloudy throughout the day. But as you can see, it didn't stop a few boaters from enjoying beautiful Lake Chelan today. And boy, temperatures were very, very mild. And that trend is going to continue as a weak system moves through southern British Columbia. That'll keep our winds up a little bit. Today we had some wind. We'll see a bit of wind tomorrow too, with high temperatures between 70 and 80 tomorrow once again. Could see some late afternoon, early evening showers tonight, and then maybe mountain showers on Friday before we warm up big time, just in time for the weekend. And I'll have all the weather details coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. It took more than a year, but the remains of a man missing in Bridgeport since 2010 have been forensically identified. The Omak Stampede, held 2 weeks ago, has become ground zero for a cluster of COVID-19 infections. The number of people who have received COVID-19 vaccinations in Chelan County has surpassed 60%. And Blair McHaney, owner of Worx Gym, is pleading with customers to mask up in order to help the businesses they patronize. But first, our top story tonight. A single vehicle crash along Chumstick Highway near Plain yesterday left a family with only minor injuries, but sparked a brush fire that threatened to spread into dry timber. Assistant Fire Chief Glenn Broadasset says Chelan County Fire District 3 was called out about 5:15 p.m. for the accident in which a mother crashed a Chevy Suburban into a gully with several children on board. When fire crews got there, they found the family was out of the vehicle thanks to a passerby who stopped to help, but the Suburban was on fire and spreading to the surrounding grass and brush. Multiple fire agencies responded and were able to keep the blaze to about 100 square feet before extinguishing it. It took more than a year, but the remains of a man missing in Bridgeport since 2010 have been forensically identified. Roy Leon Groneveld of Bellingham went missing that year while visiting family and was declared legally dead. In April of 2020, a passerby located human remains on a hillside above Tacoma Avenue. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says on Tuesday that the remains were positively identified as Groneveld's. The confirmation was made with DNA testing by the Center for Human Identification at the University of North Texas. Groneveld was 44 years old and suffering from a debilitating medical condition when he vanished from his parents' Bridgeport home. Well, the Omak Stampede, held 2 weeks ago, has become ground zero for a cluster of COVID-19 infections. Lori Jones, director of Okanagan County Public Health, says more than 24 laboratory-confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been traced back to the Stampede, a rodeo and camping event that features the world-famous suicide race. Jones says new COVID infections have turned up in residents of Okanagan County, Skagit County, and the Colville Reservation. Health officials urge anyone who attended the Stampede or has had close contact with someone who attended to monitor themselves for COVID symptoms and get tested if they occur. The number of people who have received a COVID-19 vaccination in Chelan County has now surpassed 60%. The Chelan-Douglas Health District reported yesterday that 60.2% of the county's residents have received at least one dose of a vaccine. In Douglas County, the latest report shows 53.4% of residents have at least initiated vaccination. For the entire state, the Department of Health says 72.4% of residents have received at least one dose. The number of new COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations in the two counties has reached levels not seen since last December. In its latest thermographic, the health district says there were 916 new cases per 100,000 residents. That's over the past 2 weeks. The highest number recorded for the two counties was more than 1,000 cases per 100,000 residents, and that was back on December 9th. COVID-19 hospitalizations at Central Washington Hospital are also nearing record levels, with Confluence Health reporting yesterday that the hospital is treating 38 COVID patients, 9 of whom are in the intensive care unit. 15 of the COVID-19 patients are from Chelan County and 11 from Douglas County. 7 are from Grant County and 5 more from Okanogan County. Blair McHaney, the owner of Worx Gym in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, has made a lot of Facebook videos keeping his members informed about openings, closings, and health requirements during this pandemic. When indoor masking became required again on Monday, McHaney said one confrontation with the customer led his Wenatchee staff to call police. Now McHaney is pleading with customers to mask up in order to help the businesses they patronize.
So today we actually had to call Rivercom and have the police come in to remove somebody that wouldn't put their mask on. I mean, how ridiculous is this, right? So you got, people trying to do their job, just trying to do their job. And then this person comes in and says, no, I'm not going to put a mask on. And no, I'm not going to leave. And of course, this person, we've 86 to this person. And if they come back, they'll be trespassing. But I guess my point is why? Like, I'm all for you making a political statement in Olympia. Make it there. Don't, for what the small businesses are going through in this town, don't put them or their employees through this grief. They have to make a call. They're private businesses. These are not government run facilities. Private businesses having to make this call, trying to do what's best for their employees and their staff. And the way we gauge that is what's going to be the least amount of grief for our staff. So please, I want members to come in. But if you're not going to wear a mask, I can't have you come in. It's just going to cause problems. It's going to cause problems for you, and it's going to cause problems for our staff. And they just don't deserve, they shouldn't have to go through that nonsense. That's ridiculous. That's it. I can't wait till all this is behind us. Certainly thought it would be by now. It's been hard enough on small businesses in Wenatchee Valley. Best thing to do when you go in is just think, what is going to make life easier for the people that are at the front lines trying to work? And then do that. Thanks.
Coming up next, bonds issued by the Douglas County PUD just keep getting more attractive for investors. The board of the Grant County PUD has until November 6th to fill a position left by the death of one of its members. A video from Wenatchee Valley Firefighters Local 453 offers an inside look as firefighters responded to a home fire Wednesday morning in South Wenatchee. And for the second year, COVID-19 has led organizers of the Tour de Bloom bicycle event to cancel. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Hi, Stephen DeVilbiss here, Branch Manager of Beneficial and Home Care. We are an equal opportunity employer and we do not discriminate in employment or services. It is our mission to maximize our clients' physical health and sense of mental well-being while remaining in the comfort of their home. We are currently seeking professional caregivers who share our mission to help our clients live safely and comfortably at home. Call Beneficial and Home Care. Schedule your interview today. 509-663-7900.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Welcome back. In other news, bonds issued by the Douglas County PUD just keep getting more attractive for investors. Last week, Moody's bond rating service increased the PUD's overall bond rating to the category AA2. That's up from AA3. It's the third highest rating Moody's can give to a long-term bond offering. Back in May, the rating service S&P Global also upgraded Douglas PUD bonds to AA+. The assessment means PUD bonds carry a lower interest rate and can bring in better financing for the utility district's capital projects. Well, speaking of PUDs, the board of the Grant County PUD has until November 6th to fill a position left by the death of one of its members. Commissioner Dale Walker died earlier this month, and his fellow commissioners are now seeking applicants to fill his term through December of next year. Candidates must live and vote in PUD District 2, which includes parts of Moses Lake, Warden, and surrounding areas. Letters of interest can be sent to the PUD's main offices in Ephrata. Well, a video from Wenatchee Valley Firefighters Local 453 offers an inside look as firefighters responded to a home fire Wednesday morning on Boudry Street in South Wenatchee. The 3 adult residents of the single-wide mobile home were able to escape without injury. The mobile home was completely destroyed in that fire. Take a look.
Hello, side PUD 1048.
At Rivercom 116's arrived.
115 has arrived, 1049.
102 is en route to Boudry.
102 is en route, 1049.
Hey.
All of a sudden, the house started burning.
What's that?
I don't know, it just started burning.
Is that your house?
No, it's the lady over there, house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as we go to break, for the second year, COVID-19 has led organizers of the Tour de Bloom bicycle event to cancel. The Wenatchee Valley Cycling Competition, which includes road races at Lake Wenatchee and a criterium race in downtown Wenatchee, was scheduled to begin September 24th. But the organizing committee announced the cancellation Tuesday, saying the resurgent pandemic creates too much risk for the health of its riders. Race directors say they're already planning for 2022 when the Tour de Bloom will take place the first weekend of May. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
At Wenatchee Power Sports, we proudly offer the Polaris product line. Polaris builds the highest quality side-by-side in the industry, with off-road capability that's second to none. The Polaris pre-order program allows customers to purchase the vehicle they want without having to select from limited dealer inventory. The Wenatchee Valley has year-round access to some of the best ORV trails in the Northwest. Start your adventure here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, NCWLIFE's Rachel Mandelis introduces us to Maya the dog.
This week on Pause for Pets, Jenny Ulrich, the volunteer and outreach coordinator for the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, introduces us to Maya.
This is Maya. Maya is about 5 years old. She's been with us for a little while and kind of overlooked. She is just a fabulous dog. She's super friendly with her people, pretty engaging. She's easy to walk on a leash. She has lived with other dogs, but she didn't do well in playgroup here, so we kind of think that Maya's looking to be the only dog in a home. She's a little slow at sometimes to warm up with new people, so as long as she just has an owner that's really into her and just making sure that she gets that time to like settle in and kind of slowly introduce other people, she'll be a really, really great dog. She is so sweet, so cute, and just waiting for her home.
If you're interested in meeting and adopting Maya, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and 2:30 to 5 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Time now to take a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Thursday today. We did see a lot of cloudiness out there, as you can see by our Sky-Fi tower camera. This shot up on Wenatchee Heights, our cross camera. And we did see plenty of low-lying clouds and also some mid-level clouds out there as a weak storm system is rumbling across the southern part of Canada. It did cool us down a little bit today as well across the valley and kicked up those winds a little bit. But all in all, boy, it felt nice out there. 78, our unofficial high temperature today. That's 6 degrees below where we should be at 84 for this time of year. Overnight low, back to the mild stuff. 64 overnight, 59 is our normal low temperature. Record on this date, 95 degrees, and that was set 10 years ago in 2011. Record low, 47, and that was in 1976. We're still at 3.08 inches of precipitation for the year, and that's just a little over 1 3/4 inches below where we should be for this time of year, so hopefully some more rainfall is on the way. 6:12, the sun came up this morning, and the sun will set tonight for us at 7:52. Looking ahead into our Friday forecast with that weekend in sight now. Are you ready for the weekend? It's going to be a nice one too. One more day of cool weather. That'll be tomorrow. A little bit breezy too. 77 in Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Wenatchee. 76 for Cashmere. A little cooler up in Lake Wenatchee at 70 degrees, and a beautiful one at Lake Chelan tomorrow with a little bit of a breeze. High tomorrow of 76. Tonight we can expect mostly cloudy skies. We've been seeing that all day. Still an isolated shower a possibility. We did see some sprinkles out there this afternoon. Most of that shower activity will stay into the Cascades tonight though, and we will see some mild overnight lows. For Friday, we talked about it being just a little bit breezy right smack dab in the center of the state. It will be mostly sunny tomorrow with highs a lot like today into the upper 70s for Friday. And then as we get you into the weekend, it's going to be nice. Sunny skies and warmer. We're talking highs on Saturday, mainly into the lower 80s. Some locations, maybe mid 80s for Saturday. And then summer weather coming for us on Sunday. Sunny and warmer. Look at all the clear skies in the Intermountain West. High temperatures in the mid to upper 80s for Sunday. Some folks flirting with 90 degrees. And then the wind moves in. An area of low pressure will slide down, and low pressure and high pressure will kick up those winds on Monday. It'll cool us down just a little bit Monday too, back down into the lower 80s. And then as we get you into Tuesday, I think even a little bit windier. It will be cooler too as we get more into a trough situation in the west with highs Tuesday about 80 degrees. And then at the end of our forecast on Wednesday, we'll continue to see lots of sunshine. The good news for Wednesday, less wind. It will stay mild with high temperatures Wednesday, once again, right around that 80-degree mark. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 58 the overnight low tonight, 77 tomorrow. Still going to be a little bit breezy, but here are the two beautiful days right here, Saturday and Sunday. 83 Saturday, 87 degrees on Sunday. Before we cool down and that wind moves in, breezy Monday, windy Tuesday as we cool down back into the lower 80s, and then by Wednesday, sunny skies and mild with a high temperature then of 81. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
Good Thursday, sports fans. Dan Kuntz filling in for Eric Granstrom. Just for today only, we passed the hat. He posted bail. He'll be back tomorrow. Mariners, after a very successful road trip, back at it tonight at T-Mobile Park. The Kansas City Royals are in town for a 4-game series. Yusei Kikuchi will toe the rubber for Seattle. He might even use his entire foot. Brad Keller pitches for the Royals. First pitch 7:10 on Root Sports Northwest. So the Mariners had the day off yesterday. Houston earned a 10-inning walk-off win over Kansas City. Jake Myers had a ground out in the bottom of the 10th, but it did score Alex Bregman. Astros win 6-5. Baltimore ended their 19-game losing streak. They scored 5 runs in the 8th inning against the Angels. Down in L.A., 10-6. Their losing streak was the longest in Major League Baseball in the last 16 years, and 4 different Cleveland players homered in the Indians' 7-2 win over Texas. So Seattle gained a little ground on Boston. Boston lost in extra innings to the Minnesota Twins last night. Minnesota scoring 5 runs in the 10th inning, and they win 9-6. And Toronto picked up a 3-1 victory over the White Sox. So Boston's lead in the final wildcard playoff spot over the A's is now just a game and a half. The Mariners are 2.5 back of Boston for that second and final wildcard spot. Seahawks will have 2 new members in the Ring of Honor. Congratulations to Matt Hasselbeck and former coach Mike Holmgren. They will be inducted on October 25th and October 31st. Of course, Holmgren led the Seahawks to 5 division titles and their first ever Super Bowl appearance during his tenure. Matt Hasselbeck was a 3-time Pro Bowler who held most of the Seahawks passing records until a certain Russell Wilson joined the club. Seahawks preparing to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. That'll be Saturday night in Seattle at Lumen Field. Of course, the big question is, are any of the starters, specifically on the offensive side, are they going to see any action? Offensive coordinator Shane Waldron says he's seen enough in practice to confirm that the offense seems to know what they're doing.
I feel really good about where we're at. You know, we've been growing as an offense every single one of these practices, and just the ability, like I said, bringing back that competitive theme that's been so consistent around here. You know, the practices are in my mind game-like, and we've had so many of those experiences where we play these move the ball settings, or, you know, play the offense versus the defense in realistic game settings, that you really start to have a really good feel for those, you know, for the guys that are playing well and how they're grasping it, and then other things that we need to keep working on and keep sharpening up before that first game starts.
So that's offense. On the defensive side of the ball, the Seattle defensive coordinator, Ken Norton Jr., has teamed the pass rush. They're going to call it the Cheetah this year. Ken Norton Jr. told the press that the Cheetah just hasn't been let out of the cage quite yet.
Like I said, we haven't had our starting Cheetah in, so it's so we've been able to get them in the game, but it's been the different numbers and the different people playing. So on the field, they look fantastic. On the practice field, we haven't quite seen them in the games yet, so we're kind of waiting to see when we can get the number one Cheetah in the game. That would be nice.
Seahawks and Chargers Saturday night, Lumen Field, 7 p.m. kickoff. A little closer to home, the Cashmere Bulldogs getting ready for their upcoming prep football schedule. Remember, they won the Caribou Trail League last spring in that COVID-shortened season, and the head coach said he was just happy to play football.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that was a really fun season for us. But like you said, it was a blur. I mean, 5 games, 4 league games, 1 non-conference. You really have like an 8-week season. But again, just to have that, so thankful and so grateful to have that, to give those 16 seniors that we had just closure to their high school football season in their year.
The Bulldogs open their season with a trip to LaSalle, then they welcome Golden Dale and Granite Falls to town, and then they get into league play. The biggest challenge, according to the head coach of the Cashmere Bulldogs, they had a lot of seniors who graduated.
But the biggest thing I think is often overlooked is we lost a lot of leadership. With 16 seniors, those guys have been around me for 3 years last year, and there was a ton of leadership. So we're looking on this kind of next senior class and most of our juniors to become leaders in our program and have positive influence on one another. We have that. We really do. Our senior class is small this year. We only have 9 kids. But our juniors and our sophomore classes are big. They're both 16, 17 kids. And we have a freshman class of 21. So we have a pretty large roster, the biggest since I've been here by far, 64 athletes out for football. So really excited about that. But yeah, we have some holes to fill, and you're never going to replace a guy like Sam Phillips or a guy on defense like Duke Odenreiter or a receiver like Nate Phillips or anybody like that. So it's going to be a team effort this year. We're going to rely on a lot of different guys. I think right now, like last year in practice, in offense, we would rotate, roughly 15 guys in. So 4 guys would get reps. This year we're working in about 26 guys because I don't know who those guys are yet, which is super fun. There's competition at just about every single spot.
Eric's entire conversation with Coach Bremer, by the way, will air next week on the show I happen to host, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Thursday. Grant, back to you.
And thank you very much, Dan. And we'll give Dan a second to get in place because we're going to check in with Dan Kuntz once again for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan, back to you.
Thank you very much, Grant. Tomorrow, my guests on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley will be Bill Schmidt and David Flick. They're going to be running, or they're associated with, a couple of upcoming retreats designed specifically for first responders and veterans who might need a little spiritual shot in the arm. We'll get information from Bill and David on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Plus, we'll get your weekend ready to go with your forecast, let you know how the Mariners did against the Royals, and everything else you need to start your weekend. I invite you to join me at 7 a.m. tomorrow. We're live and we're local. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley right here from Studio 42. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. We'll be watching, and that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
The NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV, Street Talk and Other Stuff, the 12th District, Life with Lisa, and the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life Channel is your local TV station.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live